On this day in history, June 21st, 1749, Halifax, Nova Scotia is founded. Included in the following is an excerpt from the 1944 edition of the Encyclopedia Britannica going over the history of the town. Halifax, a city and port of entry, capital of the province of Nova Scotia, Canada. It is situated in 44 degrees 38 minutes north and 63 degrees 35 minutes west on the southeast coast of the province, on a fortified hill 225 feet in height, which slopes down to the waters of Chebucto Bay, now known as Halifax Harbor. The harbor, which is open all the year, is about 6 miles long by 1 mile in width, and has excellent anchorage in all parts. To the north, a narrow passage connects it with Bedford Basin, 6 miles in length by 4 miles, and deep enough for the largest men of war. At the harbor mouth lies McNabb's Island, thus forming two entrances. The eastern passage is only employed by small vessels. The population in 1941 was 70,488. Inferior in natural strength to Quebec alone, the city and its approaches have been fortified till it has become the strongest position in Canada, and one of the strongest in the British Empire. Till 1906 it was garrisoned by British troops, but in that year, with Esquimalt, on the Pacific coast, it was taken over by the Canadian government, an operation necessitating a large increase in the Canadian Permanent Military Force. At the same time, the Royal Dockyard, containing a dry dock 614 feet in length, and the residences in connection were also taken over for the use of the Department of Marine and Fisheries. Till 1905, Halifax was the summer station of the British North American Squadron. In that year, in consequence of a redistribution of the fleet, the permanent North American Squadron was withdrawn, but Halifax is still visited periodically by powerful squadrons of cruisers. Though owing to the growth of Sydney and other outports, it no longer monopolizes the foreign trade of the province. Halifax is still a thriving town and has the largest export trade of the Dominion in fish and fish products. Lumber, chiefly spruce deals, and agricultural products, especially apples, are also exported in large quantities. The chief imports are manufactures from Great Britain and the United States, and sugar, molasses, rum, and fruit from the West Indies. Its industrial establishments include foundries, sugar refineries, manufacturers of furniture and other articles of wood, a skate factory, and rope and cordage works, the produce of which are all exported. It is the Atlantic terminus of the Canadian National and Dominion Atlantic Railways, and the chief winter port of Canada. Numerous steamship lines connecting it with Great Britain, Europe, the West Indies, and the United States. The educational institutions include a ladies' college, several convents, a Presbyterian theological college, and Dalhousie University, with facilities of art, law, medicine, and science. Other prominent buildings are Government House, the Provincial Parliament and Library, and the Roman Catholic Cathedral. St. Paul's Church, Anglican, dates from 1750, and though not striking architecturally, is interesting from the memorial tablets and the graves of celebrated Nova Scotians which it contains. This city is the seat of the Anglican Bishop of Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island, and of the Roman Catholic Bishop of Halifax. About 1/10 of the city was devastated in 1917 by the explosion of a French steamer carrying 3,000 tons of TNT on colliding with a Norwegian steamer on its way with a relief cargo to Belgium. Halifax has an airport and Trans-Canada main connections via Moncton. Founded in 1749 by the Honourable Edward Cornwallis as a rival to the French town of Louisbourg in Cape Breton, it was named after the 2nd Earl of Halifax, president of the Board of Trade and Plantations. Its privateers played a prominent part in the War of 1812-15 with the United States, and during the American Civil War, it was a favorite base of operations for the Confederate blockade runners.